Hello everyone, welcome back to Sparc Archery Malaysia. I'm Coach Shaz, and I'm going to be sharing another interesting topic with you today. The topic for today is 5 best practices for every archer. I would like to remind everyone that this is a bilingual channel. So siapa yang nak tengok dalam bahasa Melayu boleh pergi ke video yang ni. So let's start. So 5 best practices for archers. So number 1, the most important thing. So I'm gonna put this in front. You guys should definitely listen to the rest, but number 1 is this. So number 1 is always focus on your process. So I always emphasize this in many of my videos. Process is very important. Why? So what is process? So your process is some type of form check. So something you do to check your form while you're shooting. So it should be in a sequence. So you have say anything you do, let's say a recipe, there's always a sequence to your recipe. So you need to have a recipe for your shooting as well, not as in a whole, but arrow by arrow, step by step. So this will include everything from knocking to drawing your bow to aiming and release, and it should also have your trigger. So for me personally, my process is from knocking the arrow, moving into the shooting line, checking my stance, knocking my arrow, hooking my fingers, walk, fixing my grip, and then I preload. So preload means pulling a little bit to have a little attention on the string, but not too much. And then I go for straightening up my hand and alignment. Then I go for aim. Then I go for anchor, and I aim. So right around when I'm about to hit the yellow or my aiming point, I will start to expand. So I'm gonna expand until I feel it just right, just about straight, and I relax my fingers and it goes. So my trigger is I expand. I'm gonna open up until I feel this pressure is almost straight, and then I go. So trigger for a recurve would be your clicker. For a compound would be something close to what I did for bare bow, because you don't have a clicker, so you want to aim and expand and go. So why is the process important? So process is basically your plan, your step by step, A to Z, what to do. So whenever you have a problem, whenever you make a mistake, you can always go to one of the steps and analyze what you did wrong, or maybe you missed a step, or maybe you added an extra step that it wasn't supposed to be there. So that's why you need a process for your shooting. Alright, so let's go to number 2. Regularly check your equipment. So this is a reminder to myself as well. So every archer should check the equipment regularly. So in terms of tune, let's say some of the things that you can check regularly. Every time before you shoot, you should check your brace height, your tiller. So that's on your bow, that what you can do daily or every day before you start shooting. And then there's monthly checks, so your everything else, your alignment, your plunger button and whatnot, you can always check on a monthly basis. Try to do so, because when we shoot, there's a lot of vibration, so things tend to move around. So it's always a good practice for you to check. And then there's always checking your limbs. So checking your limbs is also something that you can do before every shoot. So it's simple. I have a traditional bow here. So what you need to check, even a recurve is the same thing. You have limb. So what you need to check is go from the side, feel your fingers around for any cracks or bumps or splinters and things like that. And again, go on the top and the back, on the belly and the front of the bow. So you want to feel all the way through, so make sure there's no cracks, there's no splinters, because once there's splinters and if there's cracks on your bow, there is a tendency for it to explode when you shoot. So we want to avoid that, or crack when you shoot, so that can cause injury. So what you need to do is always check. Alright, so number 3 is of course this is basic thing, but regular training. So what does regular training means? So regular training is of course your shooting, taking scores and whatnot, but you should also be doing let's say right now a lot of us are in lockdown, so you need to have also an extra things that you can do when you don't have access to a range. So things like elastic band training, bow training, just pulling a bow with no arrow, pulling and letting it down, things like that helps you to keep in shape and keeps your sorry, on the tip of my tongue. It keeps your body form, like you have a memory of your body form, so you always know what to do. You don't forget, because archery is such a physical sport, but in terms of small muscle control, so every hour, every minute that you put into it, it will help you be a better archer. Number 4 is have complementary training. So have complementary training is something that is difficult for a lot of people. Even myself, I often tend to forget to do this. So what is complementary? I cannot speak. What is complementary training? So complementary training is like training your stamina, training a particular set of muscles, things like that. Do weight training, do running, do swimming, things like that helps to complement your archery training. Because archery in itself, of course, there's not a lot of movement, there's a lot of static movement, but so your body needs to have a little bit of more, what you call that, several types of training, I guess, to balance out. Because especially when we as archers, we always train one side, so sometimes the muscles don't get balanced. So it's good for you to go to the gym, do some weights. Better if you have a personal trainer, so that they can help you customize the plan for you. Number 5 is again, it's common sense, but a lot of people tend to forget, is to keep calm. So when you keep this is in training, in competitions, you always need to keep calm. So what I like to say in archery is, when you're emotional, you're not gonna shoot well. Most of the time, you're not gonna shoot well. So, what I see, especially in kids, those that who, you see their face like they don't have a care in the world, they tend to shoot better. They have the drive, they want to win, but it doesn't really it doesn't show physically that they're so they are calm, they're motivated. So you need to stay calm. So even if you make a bad shot, even if you do a good shot, so you always need to stay calm, maintain the balance, and at the end of the day, I think that will make you better archer. Alright, so that's it for today. So if you like this video, and if please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It does help my channel grow and helps me in particular a lot. And as always, if you guys have any demands, or if you agree or disagree on something, please leave a comment on the comment section. Alright, hope to see you guys again. Thank you. Bye bye.